Perfect. How's your day going?
Oh, I don't know. It's Friday, it's payday, so like that's good. It's
Yeah,
been
it's
a
always
really
good.
long week because we had the SHRM conference Monday through Wednesday, and then coming back just kind of I don't know. It's just been a cluster. So
Oh,
yeah,
so you're just getting back into the swing of it.
yeah. But we have a company outing at Kings Island tomorrow, so that'll be fun.
What's Kings Island? I don't know what that is.
You don't?
No.
It's an amusement park in Ohio, Cincinnati, Ohio.
Oh. So is
Yeah.
it like kind of like a Disneyland type of place or like a Six Flags?
No, no, it's not. More like Six Flags,
It's
not
like
Disneyland.
Disneyland's poor cousin.
Nice, nice. Well,
No,
hey, that sounds fun. Are you a thrill seeker? You like going on all the rides?
hell no. My lazy butt will be on the lazy river sitting on a tube all day in the water park.
Oh, it's like a
Yep.
water park.
Well, they have both. So there's water park and then there's the roller coasters. I'm not much of a roller coaster. Some of my older kids are, but not me. Jenny, I have Jenny here. She's our HR admin onboarding specialist. So she's a thrill seeker, I think. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, she likes that.
All right. That's fun. And when I was younger, I used to love going to Six Flags and going on all those crazy rides. But
Yeah.
I don't know. Since I had my son, I mean, I haven't been to like a crazy theme park since I've had my son. He's 2.5, so I just haven't done it in a few years. But there is a certain rush to it, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome. All
Hi,
right.
Amy. Hi, Jenny. This is Patrick.
Hi, Patrick.
He's my business partner.
I don't know. Maybe I met you guys at Sherm. I was out there
I
too.
think, yeah. So,
I was the bald guy, and yeah, I was trying to push the pens and the pop sockets really hard.
Okay, at Vegas Sherm, right?
Yeah,
Or-
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Yeah. I remember you. Jenny wasn't able to go with me to that one.
Oh, okay.
But
Well, you
and
missed
that was-
out on a lot of fun, Jenny. I think everybody that went to that convention had a awesome time. I heard some
Yeah.
great stories about after the convention.
Well, I was by myself. It was my first time, and I didn't know what
Oh.
to expect. So I was just like, I'm gonna go and see if this is even worth it. It was a little
Yeah.
overwhelming. I feel like I got a little more out of our local like Indiana chapter. I don't know, but it was okay.
Ah, did you do the Lionel Richie concert?
Oh well, yeah, I went to the Lionel Richie concert. That was cool. That brought back some memories.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
That's
So can you
awesome.
see our screen?
I can.
Okay.
Yeah, for sure.
Perfect.
It's small. We
Yeah,
can try to
well,
do.
I'm trying to move it over to a different screen, and I'm having technical difficulties because that's just what I do. My IT department beats me. So hold on for a second. I can't move
Yeah, we can try to zoom it a little bit, see if that makes it better.
on this screen. I guess we'll just be blind and watch it on the little laptop. Okay, that's fine. Oh yeah, you made it bigger. Yay!
Yeah, is that better?
works. Yes.
Okay. So what we'll do is I'll just quickly kind of highlight our cloud. As you see here, this little green cloud in the middle, that's our platform, and all these little blue clouds are all the modules that make up our platform. So I'll briefly kind of talk about each cloud, and then we could do it where you could tell us which clouds you want to learn more about, and we could do a deeper dive there. Or if you want, we could do a brief overview of the whole system. So you could let us know how you kind of want to direct this webinar here. So everything starts with our hiring cloud. We have basically online job posting boards, communication between you and the potential applicants, applicant tracking. There's a star system. There's over 50 different job boards you could post jobs to, and it consolidates it all into one easy to manage place where you could send offer letters, everything right through that hiring module. Once the applicant accepts the position, it automatically dumps them into the onboarding cloud. And then we capture all the employees' demographic information, tax information. If there's specific forms you want us to upload, we could put it in there. We capture, all everything down to their their street number on their address. So that way, if they're in another state or another area, we make sure all the tax information is captured in that onboarding thing properly. Everything is paperless. It's streamlined, very easy to use, and they could sign their handbooks, get all their I-9 paperwork set up, everything through that onboarding cloud.
So I have a question. The tax piece. So do you guys automatically already update? You manage that depending on what state they're in for like the local W-4s.
Yes.
Okay, so I wouldn't have to worry about. Yeah.
No, our platform automatically calculates everything down to the street number on their street. So it's very accurate. If they're, if they live in one state, work in another, it's all calculated properly as it should be down to the address.
Oh, I love it. Okay, so
very, very accurate.
We have some people where we are not registered in their state. We may only have 1 or 2 employees that work events, so we don't, see the benefit in registering in the state. So we run them as 1099. Is that something that we could accommodate?
Most likely, yes. I'd have to verify that with the CFO. I don't think that's going to be a problem. But let me make a note of that. And
I would give you guys like my previous.
It's no problem.
Yeah, I don't think it's no problem. I don't foresee that being an issue.
We're looking at there's 2 ways we can set up the platform for you. So we can set it up as PEO or ASO.
Okay.
So if PEO is we're a co-employer, and we pretty much, you just tell us like, hey guys, I need to focus on a lot of other things, and you guys focus on trying to give me the full HR structure, so then I can just dial into turn the key and just go with it. That's kind of PEO, and then that would also mean that you're using our workers' comp and our group benefits for all the employees. That's PEO, and then same platform, same system. We have ASO, which is administrative services only. So that means we're not a co-employer. We're not, running everything for the HR department. You guys are more in control of that stuff. And then as far as 1099s go, that's not a problem. I think that's where we're kind of going in our conversation with this demo, is probably more of like a payroll, human capital, not co-employer relationship, right?
Right.
Human capital management. Okay.
So basically, myself and Jenny are the only 2 payroll and HR people that we have. I'm doing payroll. I need to save time. We need to get everything housed into one. Right now I'm relying on ADP for tax filing and all that kind of stuff. So I feel like what we need and what we're looking for is more of the PEO.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's not a problem.
Yeah.
And there's 2 of you, so there must be only about 50 employees at your company. I'm kidding.
No. Yeah, we're joking. Yeah, we know you have 100 from your email, 150 and up to 450 or 500 seasonal. So.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah, no, he's teasing.
Probably we'll be, Jenny said we're moving up. We'll be closer to 700 seasonal come busy season.
Okay.
So we hire these people and they sit on the bench they may hit payroll twice a year. But we want to keep them active because we don't know when we'll use them. That's the key. And so it's really hard for us to find some systems where we have to pay per head for every active employee, when it may look like we have 700 employees, but our average payroll processing is only about 220, because it just varies who we use and what events are going on and if it's busy season or not. So
can you tell me a little bit about, I know you guys, I did a little bit of research. It looks like you have a fundraising platform.
Yep.
Is that the essential? So are you actually putting the events together, or are you farming the platform for other people to do it? How exactly, do you guys do what you do?
We're not party planners by any means.
Okay.
So our development team, we have software, a platform based, mobile bidding, kind of auctions, ticketing, and then text to give, and then like the peer-to-peer platform, kind of like what you see on Facebook and that kind of thing. And so we have different pieces to it, but we are just basically selling that suite to other people. But we have event managers that will just attend their event kind of in the background and just make sure that the use of the software is successful, like, you know, all the payment processing goes through and that kind of thing. So that's all our event managers do. They just go and just kind of represent our stuff. They don't do anything else at the event.
Okay. Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's so are those the seasonal people? When there are those events, you bring on those event managers. Is that where the seasonal employees come from?
Yes. Yep. Exactly.
Okay. So is it mostly like spikes around like holiday time, or like when do you get these spikes of employees?
September to the last week in November, and then February to the second or third week of May. Those are our spikes.
Okay. Cool.
Why isn't
Very
it?
cool. Yeah. No, I don't think that's not going to be a problem. And like like I mentioned before,
Sorry.
we charge per employee per month, but only on the ones that you run a payroll on. So you're only going to get charged for the people we actually run a payroll run on.
Awesome. We both just got spirit fingers, so we like that. That's good.
Yeah. So yeah, you're not going to get charged for just having them be on the bench, like you said.
Okay.
So that won't be a problem.
Right. And then seasonal people aren't like benefits eligible or anything either, so they're not going to be part of anything, additional modules, so to speak. We're just simply running payroll for them.
Are they going to be basically 1099s for all them, or?
No, I mean, we have probably about 20, I would say between 20 and 30 1099. Most people are W-2 employees, so.
Okay, got it.
Awesome. Wonderful. Well, okay, so that's how the onboarding works. And we'll give you we'll show you, how that works, and it's seamless. They get an email right from hiring to onboarding. From onboarding, the platform, they get to choose their benefits. So we can plug in medical, vision, dental, life, supplemental, 401k, everything. They can elect their benefits. They can compare benefits. We can plug in videos, all sorts of, information to give them the tools and education that they need for their enrollments. I think I mentioned to you before, we're very aggressive in our pricing. We also own an insurance company. So if we become the agent, sorry, what was that?
I said that's very attractive.
Yeah, yeah. And so because we own the insurance company, if you let us be the agent of record on your health plan, we could be even more aggressive on the payroll pricing, because we'll get compensated from the insurance carriers, and so we could become more aggressive on our pricing. So that's something to keep in mind as well. And we plug in and go ahead.
Okay, so I guess I have questions surrounding that, because we currently have a broker, and we've been using like their software for Benefit Solver for open enrollment. But we haven't been satisfied with them at all. And so we do have somebody we're interested in to help and move our 401k over to a different like TPA or whatever. And so we're taking care of that. But all the medical benefits, insurance side, we are seeking somebody else. At this time. So I guess we would be curious in like what kind of service, also if you were that person, like what kind of support you would have for our employees on that side. I guess if that makes sense, if you offer any kind of
we have a call center that everyone they can call in 8 to 5 here in Pacific time during open enrollment. I mean, we can even probably fly out and we could support face-to-face enrollments. Yeah. We like to do one-on-one benefits counseling, because everyone has different needs, has different circumstances. So we like to meet with every employee if possible one-on-one to answer their questions, help them find doctors, and then support their supplemental insurance, because a lot of people don't fully understand supplemental, whether it's accident, disability, and cancer, life insurance. So we go over those options, help them enroll, and it's all done through this platform. And so we educate them on how to use the platform, their self-service platform as well. That way, throughout the year, if there's qualifying events or they want to make, they want to view their everything on their self-service portal, we show them how to do that so they know how to navigate the system. So we'd be educating them on the benefits enrollment and educating them on the system, how to use it themselves.
And we would definitely be flying out there to assist all the employees in person. We do that
Okay.
a lot, yeah.
That's awesome.
We're very
we've never
hands-on.
had that.
And
We have,
really?
Right now, our benefits broker is just very antiquated. They come for like one meeting a year. They'll just come and, you know, kind of tell people, you know, I don't know. They're here maybe 45 minutes and they're just like,
Oh my God.
This is what we're, you know, offering this year. Here's the book.
You pass them out.
You pass them out for me. And that's pretty much it. They don't offer any kind of one-on-one counseling. We actually, this year, because of that, we integrated that Alex tool. Are you familiar with that little guy that like kind of answers questions through the enrollment process? I don't know if you've seen him before, but he's a cute little thing. But anyway, I don't think a lot of people used it. It was just our attempt to try to get people more kind of personal one-on-one advice.
We're all about going the extra mile and making sure that everyone is satisfied from start to finish.
And based on your company size, we would probably be there, I would say about 3 days for 2 of us.
And maybe even longer if we needed to, depending on if, you know, we could
For a
probably block
wrap-up
out more
day.
than that to make
Yeah.
sure that we get through everyone and everyone's, you know, satisfied
Mm-hmm.
and enrolled.
That's amazing. Okay, so currently we have Cigna, Delta, VSP. We're using Unum for ancillary lines, and I hate Unum. Seriously. Not
Why
that
do you
they're
hate it?
horrible, because they're billing. They can't you know, what's the word? Consolidate their billing. So we have voluntary life, dependent life, critical care, short-term disability, and they're all different bills, and they're all paid different ways. So it's just
Really?
like, okay, you know, I mean, they're not horrible. We would stay with them if we needed to, but
one of my favorite carriers is Mutual of Omaha. They're fantastic. Okay. They're easy to work with, and they're great experience end to end. So we could review that, we can make those changes, and we can easily just roll the book over, you know, from Unum to Mutual. It will be a pretty easy transition.
Okay. Yeah, and I think
one thing with the PEO versus, you know, the ASO, the PEO co-employer relationship, we would actually be reconciling all the group benefits with the employees' enrollments. We'd be reconciling and tracking the workers' comp information and paying the workers' comp bill as well. And then also for all the supplemental, we'd be reconciling that if we have that co-employer relationship. So there's added value services that we do to help, you know, make it as stress-free for your guys. So in essence, our billing is just billing you for the bulk amount, and we're drafting it that way. And then
so you're actually, okay, so we're just paying you for the premium.
If you want to do it that way, we can absolutely do it turnkey.
I mean, we don't mind, but that's, yeah, wow, okay. We're going to be best friends.
Yeah, like I said, we're here to go the extra mile. We want to make your job as easy as possible. So if we can take that burden off you so you can do your job better and focus on things that you need to focus on and let us do, you know, a lot of the administration, that's what we're here for.
Oh, that sounds wonderful. I do everything manually with formulas and Excel spreadsheets. I reconcile everything on my own. So, wow. Yeah.
That's a lot of work. It takes a lot of time.
Yep, it does.
Well, we're here to give you your time back. So, you know.
Do you hear Jenny? She's in the background singing.
In the background.
That's she is. She's serenading
us. She works hard for the money. That's
awesome. I love it.
Oh my gosh. Oh. Sorry. It's late in the day on Friday.
It's Friday. We're tired. I apologize.
No worries. Jenny, the thrill seeker and the opera singer. I love it.
She is. She's
we know you're already mentally checked out because you're going to Kings Island tomorrow.
Oh, yeah.
Just counting down the clock here. But yeah, so basically, yeah, we can make the whole benefits portal administration, 401k. I mean, if you want to use this with 401k, we integrate with API technology with our carrier, which is called Slavic, and it's a live 401k adjustment. So the employees could see how much balance is in their 401k. If as they contribute or they need to take a loan, it's reflected basically daily. So they can see everything live.
They can make all their elections literally in our system. So when they elect the 401k, it gets reported to Fidelity automatically. If they have any kind of quarterly changes they want to make, it automatically is updating payroll. So I know that you guys are saying that you're eyeballing someone else to manage that, but on the PEO platform, since we're the co-employer, we would want to use our platform for that. And then price-wise, I'd be curious to know how much are you guys spending on administrative third-party costs for PEO?
I don't have all those numbers, but I know that currently we have our 401k through Empower, and their fees went up significantly this year. We had I had many employees, some of those, that really watch it. They watch it every week. They're logging in, kind of watching the activity, and they're pissed that the fees were like tripled for this year somehow. So I don't know what's going on, but I think it just had to do specifically with what accounts they had, where they were investing. But I
can tell you for a company that spends probably around, it's a third of what the cost is the best way to explain it. Usually it comes in around a third of the cost utilizing our TPA services. And it's the financial advisors and the third-party administration in one office. It's just two different divisions. So it also enhances the experience for you guys because it's not like some separate third-party administration company managing a 401k and then separate offices for the advisors for all your employees. So
right. Well, we kind of have that now. Like we're using, it's a company called LHD for benefits, and then LHD retirement for the 401k. So they do. Okay. They are kind of together, but we just really haven't been real happy with customer service. Okay. A lot of those things.
I just talked to a company the other day, and it was $3,000 they were paying, and basically it would take them to about $750 a year, just to give you an example of how that.
Okay.
And the administrative fees were drastically reduced. So it just depends on how many employees, but we would figure all that out. We would get you that information.
Right. Yeah. For administrative fees, we are just on the broker side. Is that what you mean? Like your administrative fees?
401k.
Yeah.
For like Form 5500 filings, non-discrimination testing, all of that stuff.
Right.
That's So it's pretty much where I'm seeing it's coming in about a third of whatever that cost is. So it's very competitive on that side. It's very appealing. So
I would have to look at the invoice. I forget what Nyhart charged us last year. They were our additional CPA that did the.
If you want to add that to one of your items to definitely research and pull up, and if you could email a copy of that to us, that would be great. We would definitely like to see that.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, wonderful. So that's basically the benefits module. Payroll, obviously this is a complete payroll solution. There's all sorts of status reports and all sorts of things you can view. There's billions run in payroll on this platform, so it's a proven system, and it's very easy to run payroll. You can run payroll in basically 3 steps. And so we'll give you a demo of really how easy it is to run a payroll. HR, this HR Cloud, this is not to replace you, but it's to complement you. So we have a LMS system that gives you over 200 videos that you could assign to your employees. It's in English and in Spanish. So there's all sorts of stuff. Oh, go ahead.
Okay, so another thing I've been looking for is like standardized kind of and state-specific harassment videos and things like that. So that's all included in here?
That's in the HR module? Yeah, exactly. Because, in California, there's a lot of states, but like California specifically,
Yeah.
is if you have 5 or more employees, you have to have manual sexual harassment training.
Right.
So
Yeah.
we have we have state by state compliance of all the different videos that they have to watch. It lets you track like how much they've watched of it, when they've completed it. You could assign it to them. There's manager training that you could send. There's like OSHA training. There's all sorts of. There's over 200 videos that you could assign, and they're actually pretty well made. I just watched the active shooter one. And I watched the sexual harassment one.
Oh my God, that's so funny. I was looking at active shooter training because we just had an event where
We had an active shooter at our
we had an
event.
active shooter in the
On
facility,
the property, yeah.
and we
What?
we had no policy of what the heck to do with our employees. I was like, you guys need to go and reach out to the police. And yeah, it was just a big cluster. We're all up in the middle of the night, like trying to figure out what to do with these people. And yep. And so
What happened?
I don't know. It was in a big like convention center, so it wasn't at our event or where they were, but it was in the facility at a different room.
Oh my
And
God.
I don't know. They never actually found the guy. He just shot at people, and I don't think anyone was even critically injured.
I've never heard.
I
I
don't
just know
know.
that they hadn't caught him. That's the last
Yeah.
I had heard, and because we were like, well, he could have just like snuck into the event we were hosting or they were hosting and just been like in the crowd.
Yeah. Yeah. And so that was the first time that had ever happened. I thought, God, I don't have an active shooter policy. Like haven't even figured out what to do with that. And in this day and age, it's sad, but you gotta be prepared. So.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
I know. We just had a company that I was working with, a dance studio, and they had a police officer come in and go over active shooter training with their studio. But this was a big thing on their mind because they work with kids, and they're like, well, something happens, we need to know what to do. If a disgruntled parent comes in, or something happens, what do you do? How do you protect the kids? What actions do you take? It's important. It's in the world we live in now. I mean, just on the news, there was 3 shootings within a week, mass shootings.
I know.
It's
horrible.
it's a scary world we live in now. It wasn't used to be like that, but it's a scary place.
So the training
Yeah.
is important for sure. Absolutely.
So yeah, basically, yeah, we give you a lot of the tools. So yeah, over 200 videos. You have 70 HR advisors to lean on. So let's say you do have an employee in another state and you're unsure how to terminate them or unsure whatever, you could reach out to the certified HR advisor and get that specific question answered. And they answer your question and will give you a reply, usually with a documented reply back to you after your conversation with them within like 13 minutes. So you have a document trail of the whole activity for questions that you have. So it's a pretty great program. We also have a live employee handbook that's included if you want the HR Cloud. It's updated for all 50 states, and whenever a state has a update to the handbook, it highlights it in red. So every year you can get an updated handbook and make your employees sign off that they acknowledge the changes in the handbook, and it's a live handbook. So
Wow.
it's a pretty cool tool that we
You
offer.
just keep talking, write down my list of things to do. So you just keep going. I like it.
Where you're gonna have marriage proposals.
Yeah. You might want to slow down there, bud.
You guys are awesome. I like you ladies. You're fun.
We are.
So I think so. I mean, you're going to a theme park. I mean, that's a lot of fun. Maybe I'll fly out there. We'll all go together. We can hang out at the lazy river.
Come out when we have social hour here. We have it every other Friday.
Yep.
Nothing
Hey,
better than getting off the drunk.
Hey, I like it. Sounds like a plan.
Totally joking. We do have.
Okay.
Except for when we come out for open enrollment and help all the
Yes.
employees.
All right. So that's the HR module. Self-service module. Our platform is what's called responsive. It's in English and in Spanish. And what responsive means is it's not an app-based. So it means you don't have to download anything on your phone. You don't have to wait for updates if something's broken. It's always live. And it works on any device. So whether it's an iPhone, an iPad, an Android, a laptop, a computer, it doesn't matter. It automatically will adjust to the device that you're on, and it will automatically optimize it. So that's very cool. Also, managers, can see their employees. their time card requests, when there's PTO requests, you could send those. It goes to the manager or multiple managers, and then the managers could grab it. It's a really cool system that we have there. So reporting, there's hundreds of reports that you could do. You can customize reports. You could save templates for reporting, and then that way you could run them. So if you need to run a weekly or monthly report, you could create a favorite and a template. That way you could run that report in a couple of steps, a couple of clicks. You could always run that report, or if you need extra data, it's called the data retriever, and you can customize however you want your reports to look or feel. So it's pretty exciting there.
Cool.
And that is the cloud, and that's our platform. So is there any specific clouds now that you want us to drill down on, and we'll show you what it looks like in the platform and how it functions?
Well, I mean, we only scheduled a half hour. Do you guys have time? I have time. I just want to make sure.
Yeah, we got time. Absolutely.
Okay, cool.
So which
can
cloud
I just,
is most appealing?
Well, I mean, they all are. I'm not going to lie. Because we're not happy with our current ATS. We've been wanting to integrate our LMS with onboarding. We've been wanting to change benefit brokers, payroll to not be so, I don't know, just to be so convoluted is the problem with ADP. And then reporting, we also have some weird, we're a SaaS company, but we have operations, we have sales. Everybody wants different reports. Everybody wants, that BI segment where we can just really support everyone's initiatives. And it's hard for me. I'm constantly doing manual things and piece podging things together. So, and then we want it, I don't know, I guess the goal is just to house everything in one place. We really want it easy. We want it to be modern and people to not be burdened. And I want people onboarded before they walk in here instead of coming in here and spending hours filling out paperwork.
The coolest thing about the hiring platform is, and it sounds like, Jenny, it sounds like you do a lot of the onboarding part of it, huh?
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
okay.
Seasonal is definitely the brunt of
The
paperwork. I mean, she hires, it's what, 30 to 40 people a month sometimes?
During busy season.
During busy season.
Okay.
And busy season, I was doing 25 a week last year.
A week. Okay.
Yeah.
So do you got to place job ads out there on job boards and everything?
Yeah, so we're using HireCentric, and we're doing, so basically the regional managers will place their own posting. I would need that capability to have multiple, different managers that can post their own for seasonal help. The full-time positions I usually post. I kind of keep an eye on that. The seasonal, they pretty much just have a template, so it's pretty simple. But yeah, I don't know.
Our hiring module, it is where you can do, and it kind of gives a little blurb here: online job posting, communication and applicant tracking, find great talent fast to reduce hiring time by 30%. So you can put one credit card on file on our hiring module, post one job, click all your job boards, and go. Even if you've never signed up for the job boards, we create all the accounts for you.
That's what we need. That is something with HireCentric. They do post to like all those free job boards, Oodle, Juju, all that stuff. And I didn't know if that's also integrated with your ATS, or if that's part of it.
You can do paid job boards as well. You could do Indeed, ZipRecruiter, LinkedIn, all the different ones. You pick and choose. And the best part is when you go and, if you need a supervisor who has to look at a specific job and manage all those applicants, not a problem. You can set it up any way you want. You can create templates for offer letters and upload handbooks and like
our NDAs.
Non-disclosure agreements. You can have all of that out of the box, click of a button, send a job offer within 5 minutes to a candidate.
Let's show you. So we'll show you the hiring module so you can see what that looks like right now.
Okay. That's cool. That's our biggest pain point. I think it's the pieces between hiring to onboarding. That takes a lot of time.
Well, we'll show you how easy that how easy it is.
Is your platform housed off like Salesforce? Do you have
No, it's not. It's
a
not
Salesforce
Salesforce.
integration? Okay.
Oh, do we have an integration with Salesforce?
Yeah.
I don't. I mean,
As far as employee data, just like basic employee data.
Oh, so when you bring on a salesperson, it automatically creates a Salesforce account for them?
Yeah, like if we could set up an API that pulls over.
I don't think the system does that, to set up
Okay.
a Salesforce account for them. Yeah, because this has a lot of bells and whistles in it, but yeah, it's not. I don't think there's a connection for setting up an automatic Salesforce user for that salesperson. All right. So here's the general dashboard for our hiring module. And if we just go over to account details to start, you can see over here where we've got company and users. So we can manage users. You can add as many as you want. You can give them different types of administrative levels. And then once you have all of the users in there, then you can assign them to specific jobs. So if I go back over to my dashboard, I just look at maybe the first job here. Let me go to something else. Call center. I'll find mechanic. This got a lot of activity. So in here, let me see if I click on edit job and I just scroll down. I want to see what they've got for, okay. So you see this right here, hiring manager. It's got my name in there. So you can put whoever is going to handle the hiring for a particular position, or you can put multiple people if you want them to all get alerted, because I can keep adding people here.
Right.
So
Okay.
how that works. But that way, you can pretty much have a grasp on all the different positions, because maybe there's somebody who has more expertise in for the screening of all the applicants coming in for particular positions, and then you just put that particular person on it. Not a problem. So we could definitely do that. Another thing you can do is, let me see, the form builder. This is pretty cool. And this is where you can essentially add a question. So we can make it like a yes/no question, and then it can be how many years experience, and then and then make question required, and then basically if they answer, and you can kind of narrow it down. So if you want someone who has minimum 5 years experience in your industry to be considered a good quality candidate for the position, and then anybody who does not, here, so archive if applicant chooses, no, because I just put in yes, no, right? So it's actually, so do you, or it could be like for this one, do you have experience in our industry or whatever? And if they say no, then the computer is just going to archive that applicant and take it off of your main applicant screen, so you don't have to scrub through them. So it's a way to quickly siphon through all the job candidates for the different jobs that you're posting out there.
Mhm. Now, can we do questions in like groups or files? So I can make a file of sales development questions or client success manager questions, or
yeah, you can create a template.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right
So
So you can create a template for whatever you wanted to do. Yeah.
So here's templates right here.
Okay. Because
I don't have any in here, but yeah.
So the template would just be for like one position, though. We couldn't like.
So give me a position. What's the title of a position?
Yeah, it's just there's I was just thinking more generic questions. So like client success, we have enterprise, primary, national, like different groups, and so, but whatever position it is, regardless of what group, they could have the same standard like client success managers or questions. That's why I didn't know if I would have to make a template for each role.
No, we can basically say
yeah,
group 1 questions, yes, no.
Perfect.
And just type in something there, and then just
Okay.
Archive like this, and then save changes, finished. So now we've got group 1 questions over there, and you can add as many as you want. So you can have different groups of questions.
Okay, so then as I just make job postings, I can just add whatever group of questions I want to that.
Yeah. So I'll go back to, let's see here. Let me go back to a job position again, the mechanic. And then if I go and want to edit the mechanic job, and then I go down to the customization form, and then let's see here, I could just pick this right here, and then that way I add it to the mechanic position, and then just click finish.
Perfect.
Like that.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then, so you got all your job listings here, one dashboard. And then if I just go back in there, and then you can see where you got new applicants coming in on the first tab. Then you got applicants you've rated with the star rating. Then you got applicants that maybe didn't qualify. The star ratings were too low. You just, decided to go ahead and archive them. So action, we, where is this here? If I click on this particular person, it's already archived, but I can click unarchive. So if you're like, they answered the question, they passed all the screening questions, but you just still want to archive them, then you can just file them under archived, and you can always pull them out of archive too. And then you can just see all your applicants, regardless of any ratings or screening questions you had. So new ones are just the ones that passed the screening, and now they're just sitting there in a queue waiting to be ranked and communicate with. But here's James Lee, so maybe we want to send James Lee a message. Maybe it's thanks, but no thanks.
I love that. Can that be the entire email?
Sorry, not sorry.
Thanks,
I got them all
no
support. Yeah. And now they've been archived.
For a beer.
I like it.
Okay.
So James Lee just moved over to archive, and then if you go into James Lee, and then if we look at the little email, let's see here. Oh, you can see his resume, any files that maybe he uploaded, his general information, what the source is, where did he find us. So then
I like that.
All that.
Yeah, so you can customize all sorts of messages. You can create your own templates. You could view all those files. You can make notes. So let's say you're interviewing people and you want to make notes into them. You could add notes to their file. You could share those files with other applicants, or not with other applicants, with the other managers. So like if you want Jenny to look at it, you can share it with her so she could see the notes. It's pretty dynamic what you could do in the system. And then you send them, if you want them, you send them the offer directly through here. And then they get the offer, you send them their information. When they accept the offer, it automatically extrapolates all the information and dumps it into onboarding, so you don't have to multiple duplicate all that information out.
So you see how you offer templates?
Drop an F-bomb.
I'm sorry. Don't mind us. Okay. We're really excited about
We're super excited. It's like working in 1994 sometimes around here.
It is. Things are our processes are so antiquated. You wouldn't think we were actually like a software tech company. It's ridiculous.
Well,
and it's grown so much. It's hard to keep up. Like we were talking about. It's hard to hone in new processes because we just don't have time.
Yeah.
It's just like ugh.
So.
Yeah. Well, ADP, they're a good company. They've been around for a long time. But the problem is they haven't updated their systems. I mean, some of their reports are still DOS-based.
I know.
And you had to have a whole team of people just to figure out how to run a DOS program. And all they've done is kind of upgrade over the years by putting Band-Aids on their platform.
Exactly.
So
yeah.
they're not bad. They're just, like you mentioned, they're a little antiquated. They're just not up to current platform.
Right.
Our platform, we built this on the cloud. And that way, as technology updates, as things update, we're ready to transform with technology. So that's kind of an advantage that we have. As things change, we'll change with it.
So
Right.
for Daniel Rogers, I just created his offer letter and just, attached the handbook, and I attached emergency contacts just per se, because you can put them as templates and attach it, and it's gone. It's already out to that person for the whole offer.
Okay, and so then flowing into onboarding, would that key up, like when I make a template for a position, at that point, do I decide, is this a full-time, is this an exempt position, non-exempt, that kind of thing? So then that would flow into, their information would start, like the right onboarding pieces they would get an email with that, like to start filling out their forms?
Yes.
Like
yes.
How does that, okay.
So now Daniel Rogers, we sent him an offer letter. When he electronically signs his offer letter, the computer automatically marks him as hired.
Okay.
And if you're only looking for this one applicant for this position, it'll close all the job boards for this position too. If you're looking for 10 people for one job position, because maybe you're hiring in bulk, maybe you're going to bring on 10 at one time. So you're like, oh, I'll put in I need 10 people. When you hire the 10th one and they've electronically signed their offer letter, shuts all the job boards down. So it saves the company a ton of money, because it's not waiting for you to go out and sign in all the different job boards to shut them all down, because they're charging per click.
So we don't have to physically remove them, and they're not up for weeks at a time.
Yeah, it automatically ends the job posting, unless you want it to be a continual position. But as soon as that position's filled, it shuts down the job board.
Right. You just pick how many people you want in that position, and the computer knows when you get to, if you want 10, it knows when you get to your 10th one. You don't have to keep track of all that. It'll shut it down automatically at the 10th one. Or the 5th one, or whatever number you pick of how many people you want to hire. So here we're hiring mechanics, and we want 10 mechanics. We tell the computer when the 10th mechanic has electronically signed his offer letter, job boards are shut down.
I know. This is great.
This is great.
That's
awesome.
That's a great feature.
That's awesome. Yeah.
So I'm going to physically click that I'm hiring Daniel Rogers, because maybe Daniel came in off the street, or somebody in the company referred him, and, for whatever reason, we're doing a little differently, but overall, the computer would mark it automatically as hired, but I'll just do it so I can show you in the other system, and I'll just mark that we're hiring him today. So the 16th, and I'll save that.
Like the future start date, like we're starting November.
This person rocks. I
Right.
like your note.
So then, the computer does that automatically, right? But so now what I'm going to do, I'm going to go over to Mickey Mouse's dashboard. That's our site.
That's our site manager. There's Mr. Mickey Mouse.
So let me go and get signed in as Mickey. All right, here I am.
Now, can you guys, through this platform, can we submit to E-Verify?
Yes, you can. So when they actually have accepted, then you just go ahead and click background check, reference check, and then.
And now, do you have your own background check, partner, or can we just?
Yeah. It's all built in. You just click the buttons, and it just asks you what you want to order, and you're done. Couple seconds, you're done with your background check request.
Okay, so you guys run them, and how much do we get charged for, separately for that?
Yeah, it depends on what because there's so many different types of background checks you could do. There's a list of things, and it's a third-party company, so they have their fee that they charge.
They tell you the price.
Yeah, the price is all up front. They tell you what it's going to be to run it, and it's a national crime search.
That's one. I think over here in this system, it's a different partner that we have.
I mean, right now
So-
we use reference services.
Yeah.
But I don't know if you could just kind of.
Yeah, you would
But
just
whoever,
utilize it
you
in
don't
this
care.
system here. Yeah. So that way it's just that convenient for you. And then when the background check and reference checks are done, you get an email. You know, it just notifies you saying, and then gives you like an attachment or a login.
So
you
can I set that up automatically? Do you know, to notify our IT people as well when that background check is clear,
Or can we add them on like a notification email?
like
or
on a
something?
distribution list?
I
Because-
think you can. But we could double check it. We could try and customize it for you guys. Yeah.
Okay, wait.
You gotta
Well,
double
I
check
just saw video interview request. You have video interviewing?
Yeah, it's right. That feature's right there.
That's what support does, they video interview.
Yeah.
So a lot of our, especially, I mean, because we have so many people across the country, we use video interviewing a lot.
Yeah.
So
It's right here for you. Just a click a button.
Okay, and that's housed within your system.
Yeah.
Like, we don't need a separate subscription for the video interviewing?
That I'll find out.
Yeah, me and
Okay.
Patrick, we're more the high level overview guys.
Okay, that's fine.
So we don't always know all the nitty gritty because we're actually the leadership of the company. So
Okay.
we'll check with our people and get back on that one.
Okay, that's fine. That would be great for us. Okay. So, and then once they're hired, and then we do a background
Yeah.
check, and then if they're,
It goes to
Back to-
onboarding. Should we show them onboarding video?
I'm back to Mickey Mouse over here.
Are you gonna add the employee and then show them the email and then onboarding video?
So essentially, here's Rogers Daniel. So now Mickey Mouse is in his platform of the system, right? So this is like, here's all the hiring dashboard out here, but now we're just back over on the main system for Mickey to manage the company and the employees and payrolls. And all I did was I went to job candidate, and then I just went over here and I found Daniel Rogers, and here it shows Daniel Rogers information here. So essentially what happens is Daniel Rogers, since he electronically signed his offer letter and he gets dumped into the system automatically, and he would, these are red, but he would have filled all this information out. Just I'm stuck in demo mode. That's why I have to fill it out. Then he gets an email, and let me show you what that would look like. So I'm going to go to new hire just to show it from a little bit of a different angle. Because some people ask, well, what if I'm not using the hiring module? What if I'm just, trying to
right,
get
we may
somebody
just
to
get
assist?
referrals in-house or something
Yeah.
for the job, but I would prefer to make everybody fill out an
You
application.
can push them. Yeah.
But
Well, because
just
in the hiring module, you get a custom link, and you could email them that link to apply through that link, or you could post it on your social media or your website. That also ties in. That will put them back into that module. So even if they're not on, on one of the job boards, you get a custom hiring link.
yeah. Okay.
So that all ties it all together.
All right. So Hayden Cole is our sample new hire. And then we'll just use my email address so we can see what the email looks like that Hayden would get. And his start date, put today, position, sales, status, active. We'll say he's commission, works 80 hours a week. So I'll click save. Takes a minute for the system to generate that. And what it's doing right now is it's processing his information, and then it's also sending out an email. So the email, he already got it. So this goes out automatically if he goes through the, the link to the job that we didn't even tell you about over here. But let's say for auto mechanic, there's an actual link right here that you can post wherever you want. That's the link to the position for this mechanic.
And we can
position
have
here.
all of the job postings go to our personal website, right? We have a careers
Sure.
page okay, just making sure.
Yeah.
Where they would just automatically pop up on our career page. We would just have
Yeah.
to map that. Okay, great.
So here's, apply for position, and they go through that, and then you send them an offer letter. They electronically sign. So essentially what they see is this email that comes through.
And you can customize this email however you want it, whatever you want it to say.
So as fast as they sign the offer letter, so you could have 10 people sign offer letters overnight while you're sleeping, and they are onboarded by the time you get to the office in the morning.
That's beautiful. So
That is like,
and then they just register. They just click the link and then register, set up a username or
Yeah.
whatever system. Okay.
Yep. So they would click this link. Now this is like a live email. So even though we're in demo mode, if I click that link, it would actually go to our live platform. So for demo mode purposes, I'm just going to click on where that registration screen would be, and then I can show you what it looks like for the employee to register.
Okay,
And
great.
I won't bore you with actually filling it all out. Let me just go here.
Can we set it up so and we can add additional documents specific to us. We can, we have.
Absolutely.
Okay.
so this is what the new hire sees then.
Yeah. So they're reading the email.
You click the link, and this is where
Where
it
it
takes them.
says, welcome to the demo. In order to complete your new hire forms, please follow this link. Once the employee login screen appears, click on register, right-hand corner. So it's basically telling them exactly what to do. And since they got an email, that's not required, right? So they just got to put in last name, social, create a username, create a password. And I'll tell you, a lot of people forget this. They do it, and then they go in, and they're like, where am I? What do I do again?
Yeah,
Mhm.
So you can,
like,
yeah, we have a link on our website. So if you guys don't have anywhere in particular that you want to put it on your website, then you can always push them to Worksite Pay and then resources, and they can go click the link for employees to log in. Or you can have a custom, link on your website for them to go to every time. And we can customize the login screen. So that way here it shows Worksite Pay, but we can put basically a photo in the background, and we can put your company name on it, for a custom link just for your company.
That would be nice. I know our marketing VP, she would like everything to be branded. So
Absolutely.
yeah, she's pretty particular about that.
And then when they log in, it would be customized as well. So now what I'm going to do is show you a video of basically what that employee would experience as they go through the onboarding process. And I just want to verify you can.
Welcome to a brief overview of employee onboarding. Onboarding makes adding new employees easy and hassle-free. It's paperless too, saving you time and improving the accuracy of gathering new employee information. Employees can complete the onboarding process from any device, anywhere. That way, your new employees can get started faster and with less paperwork for you and for them. In this demo, we'll show you just how easy it is to initiate and complete the process of onboarding a new employee. The onboarding portal in this example has been customized for a company called Aero Technologies. Once an employee has accepted the job offer, you or another hiring manager initiates the onboarding process with minimal new hire information, such as the employee's name, hire date, and email address. Once initiated, the employee receives an introductory email with instructions on how to set up his or her username and password. Employees begin the onboarding process with a customizable welcome message that explains the onboarding process. Following the welcome message, each employee completes a customizable workflow that usually starts with the I-9 form, which can be signed electronically, and then a PDF copy is displayed. Employee data from the I-9 automatically populates other forms, but some additional personal information may be needed. The system will prompt employees to ensure their address is correct so tax forms are correctly generated. Employees can also set up as many emergency contacts as needed, review and confirm receipt of required documents and videos, and then complete self-identification for race or ethnicity, veteran status, or EEOC status. Setting up direct deposit is easy, and there's no limit to the number of direct deposit accounts an employee can have. Either a fixed amount or a percentage can be indicated to go in the different accounts. The routing number confirms the employee's bank, and an electronic acknowledgement is displayed to confirm the direct deposit. Completing all the necessary federal, state, and local tax withholding forms is fast and efficient. Employees are automatically presented with the correct tax forms based on where the employee resides and works. The software keeps the most up-to-date tax forms for you, so you have one less thing to worry about. This is a huge time saver when you have employees in multiple states. Once the forms have been completed, the system renders a copy for the employee to review and electronically sign. Employees can reprint completed forms at any time. If an employee needs to leave the onboarding process, the system will save all completed forms and the employee can finish at a later time. When the employee returns, they will see the onboarding summary that shows which forms remain to be completed and how much time they have left. Additionally, you can configure reminders to be sent to the employee, hiring manager, or even the HR manager at various points during the onboarding process. Once the employee completes the onboarding process, all of their information automatically flows to other modules in the system, saving you time and eliminating the need to manually collect forms and enter data. Thanks for watching.
All right, that's our onboarding video. What do you think?
Well, I love it because it's short and sweet and to the point,
It's great.
Yeah.
and it's awesome.
I'm a fan.
I'm a fan.
And I like that we can add, we actually just had a videographer in here making kind of some candid videos like about One Cause and what we do, and they're pretty cool, and like a little video from our CEO. It's a little corny because he's sitting on the corner of his desk just like, hey, welcome to One Cause. It's okay. But we do want to kind of put those in there. So I saw that there's like an orientation video.
Yeah, you could, right, exactly.
so-
You can make them watch that video as soon as they start the onboarding process.
Yeah, that's exactly what we want to do. So, okay, cool.
Awesome.
Yay.
Yay.
All right, so we went over the hiring, we went over the onboarding. Benefits are pretty self-explanatory. We have our benefit system. We can show you a video of that as well. It's really easy.
I saw on YouTube where all your videos are.
Perfect.
So you sent me that. So I'll look at some others. So I don't want to keep you on the phone forever. But I do have some questions about payroll. So
Sure.
with payroll, and I think when I saw you guys in person, I kind of told you some of my woes. We like to track payroll we're a little granular. So we like to, usually right now, we've added an extra column on timesheets for, now salary people, I just want to auto approve, right? I don't want to have to deal with them, their salary. I don't care.
Okay.
They need to be able to request PTO and that kind of thing. And I imagine that's part of your payroll piece, pretty standard. But the seasonal people, they get paid in flat rates. They also have hourly rates because they'll work. We may have event managers that also spend part-time working for consulting or support. And so they'll have a few different rates, plus they'll get their flat event rate or shipping rate or that kind of thing.
And also, aren't we saying like corporate people that do events aren't we starting to have to pay?
Yeah, so there are a few people in every payroll as well. I have to kind of make an extra pay batch just to add extra pay if they do project work, ad hoc stuff. You know what I mean? Where I have to go in and add pay to their time before I close. So I guess that's where I've got a lot of little weird things that we do, and then also from a GL standpoint, for my payroll journal entries, I do those as well. And I also book all of our seasonal time per geo code. So every city has a different number. So we can keep track of how much labor we're putting in what market. So those kind of things, that's where our payroll gets a little funky.
So when you say per market, it's kind of like a client, right? Something
Well,
specific
per
to a
city.
per city.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, we could probably set it up as maybe the cities could be set up as departments, divisions, however you want to break it down. We can make it happen. We just got to come up with
okay.
a game plan on it. That's all. Then stick to it.
Yeah, and we have a client that has each employee has like 6 or 7 different pay codes, depending on the position that they're working at that time.
That's how we would be as well. Okay.
So it takes time to build that out, but I know we could do it because I know we've already done it with this client. So,
Right.
and I'm pretty sure that it just takes a little time to get it right, to build it.
Okay. So right now we have 8 different rates. Rate 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 8 different rates. And then we have main rates, and then we have salary, hourly, part-time, seasonal. So I think if we can build that out, then we'll be kosher. Like, it'll be fine.
We just label them as pay codes, and we can create as many pay codes as you want.
Okay. And then we have, especially with those people that work cross-departmentally, like their time, could we set one person up and one rate goes to one department and then another rate? You know what I mean? Is there a report, like a journal entry I can pull from here, or would I just have to get a standard like payroll register and make my own journal entry? I guess is my question.
Yeah, we could do the journal entry.
Okay, so we would just have to, I'd have to give you the formatting. We would just have to play with that, right? So
let me grab one of my payroll specialists real quick and to be able to give you the answer. 1 second.
okay. Like, my life is so complex. I have to ask this stuff. Man, I don't care. I mean, the journal entry, I've got my template down. I'd love to not have to do a 12-month payroll entry forever. Yeah. It could be automated. All right. I'm sold. I'm done. I'm in. Take my money. Oh, man. Oh. I don't know why. It's like that horrible thing that I just. I just so healthy if you call it.
All right, I grabbed Bobby, so he'll be able to answer your question. So why don't you ask him that question again, and he'll be able to give you the answer.
Okay. Hi, Bobby.
Hello.
Hi. Okay, so our I was telling them our payroll's a little granular, is where we have people that work events for like flat rates, and then we have other rate codes, and then they may work in, they're part-time like event help, but then we may have them do some hours in consulting and support and that kind of thing. And so they'll have multiple different rates or pay codes, and then we'll need to, right now what I'm doing is I'm taking payroll registers out of ADP, and I'm doing a manual journal entry that's like 1,400 lines, because I'm breaking out every person in every department by location as well. We have about 50 different cities that we work in, and so my journal entry is just kind of, it takes a long time. It's about 3 or 4 hours for me to do each one. So my question is, if we set up all the departments, locations, all that stuff correctly in your system, would it then be easy to automate just to run like a journal entry report, like an import for our accounting system?
Yeah, what kind of accounting system are you using?
Right now we have Sage Intact.
Okay. Yeah, we'll just need files that we can map.
I have the CSV import that I could show, like we could set it up, to match that.
Yes.
I have that already because I'm importing my entries right now. So if that could just be like automated, if there's somebody that could work with me to make sure that it's clean the way that we need it, that would be wonderful.
Yeah, Corey, we can just map, just set a data map, and we'll make sure everything matches up.
Okay. Do you have people that do that now?
Yes.
That get those journal entries? Okay.
Yes.
Beautiful.
Yeah, we have a team to support you every step of the way. So we won't leave you high and dry on anything, and we'll make sure when we run the payrolls, we'll run the first payrolls together and until you're comfortable doing it on your own as well.
Okay. Wonderful.
So yeah, we're not going to just say, okay, here it is, see you later. That's not how we operate here.
Right.
So
Okay.
we're
I
here
like
to help
that.
every step of the way. So does that answer your
Awesome.
question thoroughly? Sounds like it's a yes. We
Yes,
can make it happen. Yeah.
it does answer my question. So that's awesome.
Wonderful. Do you have any
Thanks.
other payroll specific questions while I got Bobby right here?
Well, I guess I do. And so right now, what's going on the seasonal timesheets is we have an extra column that we've added because in Salesforce, for every event that we have, they're issued, we call it a BPE number. Every event has its own code. We put those in there just so that, their manager knows what event, they're booking their time to. I didn't know if there's custom reporting that we could go ahead and still have them put like that unique identifier to their time that they're booking on their time card. And if we'd be able to run a report just on that column, like are the reports that customizable? Like, okay, for 8/16 payroll, how many people worked in this on this event kind of thing.
Yeah, as
See what
long
I'm
as we
saying?
set it up, we should be able to. I mean, it should, I don't know if we want to clean it out, every so often, once a year or something like that, but
Yeah.
yeah.
I don't
should
want
not
to
be an
cause
issue.
too much static in the system, like I know too much. I just, I don't know. Okay, I will tell you, and this is a little funky. So our operations director, he wanted at one time to integrate with Salesforce in a way that would put geofencing on people's time for sales, for their events, where they could only clock in and out at their event. I think that would be a nightmare.
We have that capability to do geofencing with our time and attendance system. It's not attached to Salesforce. It's attached to our time and attendance tracking, but we could do that.
Okay, well, I feel like that'd be a nightmare, so I don't want to do that.
Well,
but
we have the capability. If you want it, we could do it.
Okay, but salaried people, they don't need to. I mean, they'll be automatic, right? Like, I don't have to approve them. Okay.
No.
Okay. All right. I think I'm good. It just we're kind of weird, so thank you.
But in a good, fun way.
Yeah, in a good, fun way.
Yeah, everybody's got usually some custom, things that they sort of need to work around or get set up. So we're used to that, and we will definitely accommodate you guys.
Awesome.
Wonderful. So what you're looking at right now is the data retriever, and this is the data retriever is how you run and build those custom reports that you want to do. So there's all sorts of different ways of running it and customizing it. You just flick the little switches on, the information you want, the reports you want to run. Then the switches have sub switches, so you can really get in there and make it as detailed or as basic as you want it to be.
Right now I'm running like a 40-column census every 2 weeks, and then I have to filter through what I want on it because I only have that one. So you can create that as a template and literally do it in 30 seconds every 2 weeks. Oh my God.
And then what you do, you save the report as a template. This is my old 2-hour report. And then you save it. And then you just go back and you load report, find, here's my old 2-hour report.
Boom. And then you hit run and you're good to go.
I could just
There's your report. So it's really streamlined. We're, like I said, our whole thing is try to automate these processes for you to give you your time back. And that's our goal is to simplify and automate your life.
That's wonderful. And so on the payroll piece, I do have a question about like hierarchies and access. So can I create, if people are like a hiring manager, will they be able to see their org chart, basically their team? and that kind of thing? And then can I create different users? So like maybe this person can fully run the whole gamut, do payroll, have full access, and this person can just have visibility to certain data. You know, like can I do different tiers?
Yes,
of
you can
visibility?
literally set up security 1,000 different ways to exactly precisely what you need for each person.
Okay, because we have a few analysts that want, you know, just the finance piece of payroll, or you know what I mean. So like, that would save me a lot of grief. So
Yeah.
Okay.
This is basically like the manager view
Mhm.
of what the employee self-service looks like for with his ESS plus his people underneath him.
Okay.
So this is where the manager can see benefits, personal information, pay stubs, any type of documentations that you want to file in there, onboarding events. You know, you could have like company events and all that. You could plug that all in there. Company messages, everything is in here for the employee self-service, so they can see all their stuff.
Could I go in and assign extra like tasks to somebody and put documents in here and like assign tasks?
You could put documents in there. You could assign documents to employees, and you could put stuff where they could either see it or not see it. So if you want something to put in their employee file just for you, you could actually, you know, let's say you have to, you know, write somebody up. You can write it up and put it in their file, but they can't see it. Or if you want to share a document with them, you could drop any document in there, and then you hit ESS, which is employee self-service, and that way they have access to that document as well. So, you know, if there's something that you want them to have, you could just drop it in their document center.
That's great. Okay.
Now, assigning somebody a task, like to do a job.
Yeah. I mean, just like a document, like, hey, I need you to sign this or update this, you know.
You could send them a message.
Okay.
But I don't necessarily think you could assign, I don't think we have like a task like button where you could like assign it as a task. I think it's just really a message notification. Yeah.
They can basically check it off and then action, you know, mark unread, mark read.
Yeah, it's more of a message situation than
a message is fine. Just like acknowledge you've seen this, and then they would have to click. So that's all I'm talking about. That's fine.
Yes.
Or maybe you know, as part of that LMS, if we want to do the yearly harassment, you said that's like automated messages, right? Like it's time.
Well, you assign them the videos, and then it monitors if they've watched it or not, and it will keep you notified if they haven't completed their training.
Okay.
So you'll know who did it and who didn't do it.
Cool. Okay, and then now running payroll, do we pay processing fees per payroll, or can we run as many as possible as we want?
Basically on everything, all the features that you're having, it's included in the pricing for running unlimited payrolls. So it just sounds like you're pretty much leaning towards, you know, that co-employer relationship where you really want to pretty much throw as much as possible on us, and we're just kind of giving you the high level overview of everything we're doing.
Yeah, you're singing my song.
We are your slaves, essentially.
Don't say that. Oh my God.
We know nonprofits that can help you with that. I'm just saying.
Yeah. Okay, so yeah, our burden is we have too many people and not enough help. It's just myself and Jenny actually does some accounting functions as well. So we're just kind of trying to balance who's going to do what. And with the right system, we can't really balance that until we get the right system, you know? And I feel like this would actually alleviate my need for another person, to be honest. And that will be my angle at the cost justification on my budget. So I think that this is really great.
Yeah, and I told you we would beat ADP. Now, that stipulation is, you know, apples for apples. It's, you know, and it will be as competitive as possible. But if we're going to give you 100, and I don't even know what you're paying, there's a good chance we could still beat ADP, depending on what we do and what direction we take with everything. So what I like to do is crunch the numbers. So if you could provide me with, you know, your last few ADP statements, so we can get a general idea of, we could break it down, see exactly what you're paying with what kind of services they're providing. I mean, do you have any extra additional services with ADP, or are you using them just for basic payroll?
Right now we're using them for payroll, and as a golden client, they call us, they weren't really charging us for implementation of these new modules for like benefits and everything just yet, because we haven't gone live with them. They're just kind of in the beginning phases, so I don't know. I think I did get some preliminary pricing from them on that, but I can give you the payroll pricing. I can give you our benefit broker costs and the things that they're doing for us. Another thing, what about 1095 and COBRA administration? Yeah.
Yeah, so the computers are set up for all of that. It's just a matter of reporting it to the IRS if we're talking about ACA compliance and reporting.
Mm-hmm.
So we can keep you ACA compliant with this whole platform, and then it's just a matter of transmitting it to the IRS.
Now, sending the 1095s, 1099s, all that stuff, the W-2s at the end of the year, do you guys do that?
So it's all electronic in our system, and for if we want hard copies, it just depends on what you want hard copies mailed out.
Okay.
But everything's digital. Yeah, there's an extra expense for if you want hard paper copies.
Yeah, usually as soon as you start dealing with that,
Yeah, I'm actually trying to get away from that. We've done that the last few years, and I feel like, it's 2019. If it's available electronically, people need to retrieve it that way. Yeah, I mean, we're a tech company. If these developers can't retrieve their own tax information,
you're all in trouble then, right?
Not
but
doing well.
I wouldn't put it past a couple of them.
I know.
Yeah.
I know. It's actually like director, VP level and above. I'm just telling you. I'm sorry. No offense to you guys. No offense to you, but I do a lot of hand holding. So
you need it.
Oh geez. Okay. Great. I'm really excited. I want to schedule I'll get you some pricing information. It's all about the money, obviously.
Send me over a copy of everything. Send me as many ADP statements as you have. Send me over all your medical plans, your vision, your dental, your supplemental. Let me review everything. Let me crunch it all. I'm going to meet with Patrick, meet with the team, and we're going to probably create some custom pricing for you that's not out of our out-of-the-box pricing. So we're going to do everything we can. Not only do we want to, we want to earn your business. So we want to give you the best pricing, and we want to give you the best products and the best service. So
including workers' comp. Send us whatever, declarations on that as well.
Awesome. Okay.
So send us your workers' comp, send us your general liability. If you have commercial auto, send us everything.
Well, we'll start with just workers' comp, group benefits, payroll information. And then we'll
go from there.
We'll figure out what else you got that you need attention to, but we'll try to get you straightened out with this platform and all the employees to start.
Okay. Sounds good. Yeah, I'll pull stuff together. Probably over the weekend or Monday, and then try to get it to you. And you guys are in California?
Yeah.
Yes.
Great. Okay. Yep, we're in Indiana. Hey, but I'm moving to Washington in less than a year. So I want to be on Pacific Northwest. That's my passion. So anyway, we got to get this to where everything's electronic, so I don't have to be here.
We can do that.
Yeah, we're gonna automate your whole life, so you could work on you could work from your lazy river on your iPad. Hey,
perfect. I like that. I like the way you think. Hey, also, is there a limit? I know this is cloud-based. If I can add documents, obviously you showed me 2 employee files. So we have a lot of employees. So for past employees, I want to get rid of all this paper here.
No limits. As far as we know, there's no limits on our system. It's not going to tell you uploaded, 7 documents per employee for 700 employees and halt. No.
Okay. Nothing. So are you 2 personally going to come here and scan all this stuff for me?
I don't know about that.
I like the first part. Are you 2 personally going to come here?
But we'll come out and we'll hang out with you.
Oh, okay. I buy you lunch.
Well, yeah. So we'll take you out to dinner and get you a drink.
We might
Okay,
be able to
sounds
scan a
good.
couple documents, but we'll probably, the ADD will kick in.
Okay, that's fair. All right. Well, thank you guys for your time, and I'll
Thank
start
you,
sending
guys.
you some stuff
Thank
over.
you. Have a
You're
great
welcome. I just have one more question for you. So
Yes.
obviously, if we're going to be building out 700 people with all these custom pay codes, it's going to take us longer than a month or
Well-
two to probably get everything dialed in. So what is your
Yeah.
go time that way? Because we want to make sure we have enough time to actually build this and roll it out for you. So it's going to, we're going to need potentially a few months to build it and get you where you need to be.
Well, and
So what's your
there's
timeline
my
for
catch.
implementation?
There's my catch, because we're already in August, right? We would normally start having our open enrollment discussions in September with our broker, and if we're not going to use them for 2020,
Yeah.
I don't want to have those discussions. I want to have this locked in. I want to
Okay.
be able to already have at least the piece where we can get new plans or whatever we need to do. So open enrollment is fresh and new. So I don't
So what
We-
I don't
we
know if
can-
that's too fast.
No, what we could build this out, but we could also probably work backwards where we can come out, do the open enrollment, get everyone in their health plan if we don't have time to build it, and then we could implement it.
Bryce is talking about 100% of everything.
Yeah.
Everything you talked about with the GL and the 4 hours it takes you to put all that. I mean, that's
Okay.
where,
So we could
yeah,
piece
you got to
it
work
together.
with Bobby and try to,
Okay.
make sure that all of that's working out. So, I mean, it's just, if you want 100% for everything, that's where Bryce is saying it
Yeah.
probably would take a couple of months. But
For the
if
health
we
component.
can come up with a strategy to start tackling this and figuring out what are our priorities, what do we need to focus on, what do we need to take care of, what's first, and then, and if group benefit open enrollment meetings are coming up in, September, then we just got to figure out how we can make that work. And if it,
But we will make it work.
yes.
Patrick and I will come out personally. We'd
Yeah.
love to meet with you guys, and
Oh,
we'll bring
yeah.
we'll get a team.
Absolutely.
So
Yeah,
we
we
just
would love
basically,
it.
Awesome.
yeah, we just need the agent of record if you want to keep your health plan the same, and then that will give us
Just change- Yep, and that
access
would be
to the health
easiest.
plan. Or if you
That
want us
may
to shop it
actually be-
around, we could do
When-
that as well.
When you're switching the whole platform for enrollment, sometimes it is better if it's possible to maybe not disrupt everything, with
Right.
all the benefits and the whole platform. So yes, if the benefits, if it looks like they're decent benefits and we can keep those in place at least for now and
Mhm.
switch the whole platform, at least we can kind of do half of it that way, so the employees are not like everything is all turned upside down.
Right, absolutely. I feel like
Okay.
that might have a higher comfort level with us
Yeah.
right now, and then we could shop around for 2021.
Perfect.
Exactly.
So okay, cool. So I'll get you
Perfect.
pricing, and we'll take it from there.
Sounds good. Thanks,
Okay.
ladies.
We
Thank
appreciate your
you.
time today, and have fun at the Lazy River. Do they have drinks at that theme park?
I think so. Yeah.
Have at
Okay.
the Kings Island. Have a margarita for me on the Lazy River.
Okay. Absolutely.
Get it,
All right.
but you have to get it with tahini. Tahini will change your life if you have it. If they have it, it's a spicy rim opposed to a salt rim. Telling you, it's amazing.
What is it? We didn't hear
I
you.
think we were joking
It's-
about
it's
happy
called
hour. We actually
tahini.
have a stocked bar here in office.
Spell that.
That's amazing. I think it's TAJIN. I think is how you spell it. And it's a Mexican like spice salt, and you put it on the rim
Okay.
of the margarita, and it is like
We
It will
gotta
change
mix
your life.
those with Taco Tuesday.
Yes, we're gonna do that for Taco Tuesday.
Let's
Oh,
do
look,
that.
we found it.
I want you to do it, and I want you to take pictures.
Yeah. I know what this is. I know what this is. I thought it was
It's
some kind of
amazing.
alcoholic drink. I'm like,
All right,
come on,
you
man.
got Jenny all excited. Okay.
It would change your life. I won't drink a margarita without it anymore. Once I had a tahini margarita, I was like, I'm not going back to salt. Can't do it.
Wow. Nice. Okay.
But I like the spicy. You have to be into the spicy. So for me, that's great.
Perfect. Thanks
Perfect.
again, ladies.
All
Have a
right.
great weekend.
All right. We'll talk to you guys soon. Thank you for your
Okay.
time today.
Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye.